This looks like this is happening. Bit of a delay. All right, so this is the proof of concept. Camera's right there. Okay. Doing a little investigation of Kickstarter. This is sort of a hobby of mine, and I wanted to share some insights and take a look at what has come out this week. Typically, Kickstarters come out on Tuesdays. I have no idea how or why that trend started. I'm sure somebody knows. But I like to pan through and take a look and see some of the smaller creators, some of the big stuff. We'll probably get into some of my opinions and ethics on Kickstarter as we go. Please forgive the clackety clack of mice and my keyboard, which is mechanical, so you're gonna hear it. So let's jump right in here. Okay, here comes the test to see if anything works. Hey, look at that. So, we are starting today with Scourge of the High Seas. Why? Because I love pirates. Sorry. And you're going to have to suffer at least two. There's definitely two. Might be more if we run into them. So, basic breakdown of how let me give you this thing solo, of how a Kickstarter runs. You got this is how much money they want to make in order for the thing to be successful. This is what they're making currently. Here's a lovely bar graph. This is how many people have backed it, how much longer it has to go. Now, what I typically immediately run to is the pledge level. I like to see so the first pledge level is 80, and then the next one is 120, and then the retailer is 160, and that's usually the last one, and yes, it is. This, first of all, it just tells you if you're even going to bother, depending on the price, but also it kind of gives you an idea of just how much they're trying to include and what they're going to be doing. As you can see here, let's scroll down you can see we got a lot of multi-layered poster board here that, cutouts for all the little meeples, lots and lots of meeples. I gotta say, right off the bat, I'm a fan of it being little wooden meeples, you can't see them yet, here. All these little guys. I like that a lot better than these Kickstarters that have like 10,000 miniatures. Not that I am immune. I've done that, I've been there. But this, to me, this is my preference to see, because it's about the game for me. I'm not going to paint these miniatures. I don't really need them. They just take up space. So if you give me little tokens, I'm loving it. So far, I'm liking the aesthetic. We got doubloons. We got little treasure chests. We got, I'm assuming a compass, so I guess it could be a steering. I guess it's a wheel. It's probably not what they call it. I wasn't in the Navy. So what do we got here? So this is a hidden action selection game. Okay, well, the diceless combat. Okay, so that could go either way for me. Dice are not my friends, so often I prefer diceless combat, but every now and then having some dicey, chancy combat can be a little fun. We have to determine the wind direction. There's multiple paths to pick. What do we got? Pillage and steal from King's Islands. Sell cargo at the markets for big profit. Okay, so stealing and eliminating other players seems to be the main thrust here. So obviously this is a competitive game, which I should point out, I tend to lean towards cooperative games. That's just my thing. I'm going to stop hitting the table so that the camera doesn't keep bouncing. What are we looking at here? I don't know. I haven't read the rules. Okay, it is a compass. See, there we go. That is definitely a compass. I love the art style. It's minimalist, cartoonish. Oh, here we go. There it is. We do have a steering wheel. And the doubloons are all wooden. So far, aesthetic-wise, I love this. This looks great. I love this hidden action that they're showing with your meeples. This could be very interesting. Obviously, I would need to read through the instructions to get a feel. I do not back, I never back anything on Kickstarter until I've read the instructions, and I encourage you to do the same. And oh, look at that. Click here to read the rulebook. Now, obviously, I'm not going to do that right now. In future versions of this, I will probably pick out a few and read the instructions first so that I can be a little more knowledgeable about what's going on. But hey, look, we got a little gameplay rundowns. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm a little put off 3 to 6 players, only because it's not easy to get 3 people all the time. At least not for me. Grown-ass man. Having 3 people is typically not a simple thing. Sorry, had to click on something. Okay. And of course, taste some coffee from my banana mug. And no, it isn't banana flavored. So 3 players it usually puts me off because I typically don't have. It's very hard for me to find 2 other people that we can sync up our schedules to be able to play a game. So right off the gate, I wouldn't back this just for that, which is unfortunate because I got to tell you, I really feel like this is setting an unfair high watermark for the rest of what we're gonna see. Okay, now here's something I always like to do in any of these. I always like to check the creator. Okay, now this is his first created. I gotta say, this is the first thing this guy's made. That's pretty impressive. Now, he may be somebody that's worked somewhere else, and this is his first foray out on his own. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see that. So there he is, Dustin Dade, first created. He's backed 42. Friendly guy. Yeah, now he has someone that's a collaborator. That could mean anything, though. Collaborators could just be his best friend who just happened to make a logo for himself, or it could actually be a company that he's a part of, and then he brought this to them. You know, it could be 1,000 things. It doesn't really mean much. But so far, I don't know, it's not doing great, and it looks like a game that kind of should. So I'm giving an upvote here for Scourge of the High Seas. Just the box art alone looks great. All right, let's see, what do we have next? Gotta copy that URL. Here we go. Now you're gonna hear the clickety clack. Oh, look at that. It's a pirate game. To glory! Now, this. Let me get in here. So, this I love. These things right here. There was a game made by WizKids 19 years ago called WizKids Pirates, which came out like just slightly before Pirates of the Caribbean. It was like, seriously, it was a serendipitous moment for people who like pirates. And you had to build the ships. They came on like little credits, almost like a credit card size. You know, it wasn't a card size. It was a little fatter, and it was this polystyrene, nice and thick. I still have them. There's a bunch of them downstairs. I should have brought one up. If I was going to talk about pirates, why didn't I bring WizKids? Absolutely fantastic little competitive game. You know, it's not asking much of you. You moved your ships around, shot each other. Every ship had its own. Anyway, this is a game that's already exists. Let's talk about this one. I just love that these ships look very much like the WizKids pirate ships, the construction. So there's a little bit of love coming from me. Now, here we go. These guys are already successful. This wasn't released this Tuesday. This has been out for probably more than a week, maybe 2 weeks. But, hey, it's going to be made. And then let's take a look at, okay, 18 created. Let's see what they've made. They've got, let's take a quick look. Let's see what these guys have made. Well, so far, of the first 6, 5 of them have been projects that have been loved. And the ones, oh, this is the Catapult Feud guys. They do good stuff. I actually have Catapult Feud. My kid loves that. The stuff that people don't love are the tokens, which I don't think I've ever seen things like that. Oh, Monstrosity. See, that was a... Okay, so these guys are legit. So, didn't know it was Vesuvius Media. That's fine. Let's go back to Glory. Now, about the game. Let's take a look at this stuff. Okay, so big, just standard hex board. Paper tokens, paper everything. That's fine. So that would imply, let's see if that also means that it's not an expensive game. Okay, $45. That's reasonable, for Kickstarter. It's not bad. And applicable stretch goals. Okay. Oh, here we go. Because see, they gotta get their tokens in, right? These guys make tokens, and now they found a way to shove them down our throats. Get that deluxe edition. Oh, FOMO. 10 metal treasure chests and 50 metal coins. Okay. All fairness. Metal coins do. Yeah, they get me. I love metal coins. A bunch of little metal chests, though, that doesn't mean anything to me. Unless they open and I can put the metal coins in them. And you might get my love of tiny things pumped. And then the retailer pledge. Only 3. Okay, this is something I really like in Kickstarters. When they don't have like 15 different tiers of pledges. That's infuriating. Okay, so we got Little Big Thumbs given and Our Family Plays Games. I'm unfamiliar with either of these. Is a dexterity pickup and delivery game. Okay, so this is leaning into their dexterity pickup and delivery game. It's leaning into somewhat the catapult game, which was you literally have a little catapult and you launch a ball at the structure that the opponent has built. So that's kind of neat. This would be something. Obviously, this is more kid oriented. $45 is a little high for a game that you're probably only ever going to play 2 or 3 times with your kid, but it is pretty neat. It could be something fun for the kids to come over. To be honest with you, given the target audience and the methodology that's happening here, it's probably dramatically more designed, and the mechanics are more layered than is probably necessary for a game for kids. But oh look, they got the enemy of the deep. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. It's a great shot too. Yeah, I like this one. Like, there you go. Got a kid playing it. Yeah, that's what this is for. So, and hey, look, cardboard standees. Thank you. Everything in this thing is cardboard. That's great. Love this paper product. I would recommend this. They don't need any of my recommendations, though, because they're already at, what was it, 30? 36 grand. Yeah, they're doing fine. But I like that one. Let's check out our first definitively co-op, which is what I love. And we'll copy that. Clickety-clack, sorry. Okay. Tale of Bravery. Medieval fantasy trope, not really my thing. Though clearly we have, what is it, Maeve from, or I don't remember her name. We got the woman from Brave. Clearly here. I'm not, also, watercolors as an art style has never appealed to me, but, I'm not saying it's bad. It's obviously well done. They are not, this is early. This one definitely came out Tuesday. It's early, but they're not killing it. So let's take a look and see. Have they done anything before? 2 created. Let's see. What were the 2 they created? Well, that would... Oh, this is a relaunch. Right. That's actually one of the reasons I put it on here, because I wanted to have a discussion about that. This is actually a really common thing. So as you can see here, this is the original launch, and the funding was unsuccessful in 21. These guys waited 2 years, more than, almost 2.5 years, to, actually it is because the project got done on the 9th, so it probably started earlier. So yeah, it's easily 2.5 years before they brought this thing back out. The implication is this thing should, be well done, or at least, be a finished product, which is typically what happens. Is like somebody tries to launch something and it wasn't really finished, and it becomes obvious to the people, to Kickstarters, we the Kickstarters, that it's kind of half-baked. Like, they don't really seem to have the rules in place, and things aren't making sense, and so this is a common occurrence. So let's see. So it's 1 to 4 players. So obviously there's a solo component. And here we go with cardboard standees. I gotta be honest with you though. This image looks like it's of a prototype, not a finished product. Taking a look at that. Let's do a... There we go. That is just... And then all of this numbering implies there's going to be a whole bunch of story-based stuff that like directs you to certain areas, which is great and all, but this is a thing for me. I've never cared much for overly verbose story elements on board games. I kind of want to play the game. If I want to read a book, I'll read a book. But while it can be fun in a solo game, I think I don't know why you do that. But also, when everything is just covered in a mess of numbers, it makes it impersonal to me, and this just looks like a kind of dull, boring location. I'm not saying this is their fault. This is not in any way their fault. This is just the fault of the genre as a whole. These guys are doing, just the standard. But I'm already put off, though I do like the fact that it seems to be a modular board, right? So obviously I'm sure there's backs to these boards, and you can swap and turn around and do whatever. So, it can be a little different each time. Again, the board isn't really that big a deal. It's mostly about the gameplay, but I'm just not in love yet. So let's take a look at how much this thing is charging. $77 US for the baseline, and that comes with the game in the box, and then just a retailer pledge. Okay, so they have a goal. 1 to 4 players play in true co-op with no game master needed. A unique and immersive game experience set in mythological Britain. Okay, so get the game by Christmas. This is not the most appealing. Let's do this. This is not the most appealing of Kickstarters thus far. Not in love with the... Oh, I can't remember what this kind of font is called. I'm sorry, typeface. But it also doesn't match what's... Okay, so now what is this? So this is a poster of Mythic Britain, but what's underneath it? Is that supposed to be something that we would get in the Kickstarter? I don't understand what's happening. We have miniatures. Oh no, STL format. Okay, so this means that you can print these out yourself. 4 player characters. We got a thief, a knight, a mage, and a ranger. Okay, we're sticking to some tropes. Okay, here we go. 32. Okay, so there's a lot of change. And we got interior spaces. Okay. I will walk back my previous comment. This is a much more in-depth and comprehensive board game setup. Like this, this honestly, this is kind of putting Hero's Quest to shame, and that's classic. Rule book. So they didn't just put a page up. They took a picture of a page and put it up. It's an interesting aesthetic choice. Okay. I have nothing against the art style. It's just not for me. It's I don't know. It feels very Dungeons and Dragons from Saturday morning kind of looking, which is fine. It's just not my preference. I also like things with like big chunky black outlines and stuff. We got tokens. None of that is real. This is all 3D images, so it's not really helping me. And so the stretch goal will actually get you the miniatures. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, and then the next stretch goal will give you STLs to print of your own and some more, so you can print all of these things on your own. And then the big one, well, that's interesting. So the most expensive stretch goal gives you plastic coins, which I would think would be like the easiest thing to print out. Oh, look at this. Look at them revealing the methodology of their art. All right, so I mean, I don't know. Since it's cooperative, it's easier to balance cooperative things because you don't have to worry about the difficulty in the same way. You don't have to make it so granular. This could go either way. I wouldn't back it just because I'm not into literally Arthurian style games. But it seems well put together, and I love the 30 plus modular boards. That's pretty awesome. So, not for me, but it's a pretty decent Kickstarter. Moving on to my other co-op. I keep looking at the screen and then looking at the camera and then looking at the screen. That's not helping anybody. All right. Clickety clack. They live. Sorry. I'll be honest. The movie's terrible. Just absolutely terrible. But it's Roddy Piper. Come on. With magic sunglasses. I mean, how can you not like it? I do like that this is... Oh my goodness, it comes with the glasses. All right. I'm sold. Of course, so everyone else is already sold. Like, it's already done. But, you know, it could keep going up. I don't have a feel for the game, obviously, but it's clearly card-based. They kind of got me sold with this funky die. Oh, let me get myself out of here. This funky die. What is this? Oh my gosh. Kick-ass chewing gum. And I'm sure the other one says taking names, but I can't really see it. Sorry. Oh, I'm so big. Oh. There we go. All right, let's see what happens here. This is their third. That's a very cheesy 80s look for that little video gif. They're sticking to the vibe. Okay. So I do card games, strategy, teamwork, and oh. All right. So I'm already out because working collectively is the only way to survive, but not everyone is who they say they are. Okay. So this is what we call a semi-co-op, which means there's a traitor in your midst, though there might not be. It's potential that this might be one of those where they dole out. Everybody has their own personal goal, and you know, who knows if maybe nobody gets the traitorous goal. But I don't like it. I hate getting 2/3 of the way through a game only to find out that the person I'm relying on then hoses me. Ugh, not for me. But yeah, chew gum. I don't see the taking names. Come on, didn't say taking names. That's too bad. So yeah, as an invader, your job is to stay hidden, act human. Blah blah blah. Right. So I'm already out. Oh, and it's 3-6. Oh, all my bad buttons. That's too bad. Let's see. Each turn begins with new resources in the middle of the table. What kind of resources? Advanced med kits. A pump shotgun. Is it a magazine? Magazines. Capturing. Okay, areas. Okay. That's weird to call that a resource, but okay. Let's see. What is this? Enemies can be drawn with resources. There's a group. Okay, so I honestly have no idea how they're dictating damage. I mean, it looks like you got to put 5 dice on there, or maybe some kind of tab. Let's see what they got. What do they got going on here? Okay, the upgrade pack is obviously cool. Exclusive includes pair of glasses and some very special identity cards. Oh, look at that. So when you look at the cards with the glasses, some kind of polarity or UV thing that lets you see something. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. All right, so what do we got here? We got game mat. No, come on. Okay, so this is like taking way too long to get to the how to, and I don't want to watch. Wow, how many? Okay, we got a trailer. We got a full gameplay. And then we got a live stream. And then someone else is doing... Wow, this is a lot. They pass this out to a lot of people. Okay, so it looks like you get little tokens that get put on your character to indicate. Okay, well, the price is not bad. I mean, $32 for the game. Again, though, I'm out just based on semi-co-op and 3, minimum 3. We got some stretch goals. Okay, see, this I hate. When it takes this long... Wait. Did they... No. So there's a whole bunch of discussion about how the... So apparently... So they had a previous Kickstarter. They didn't love something. So this is a second pass in the same... I'm sorry, I'm not going to bore everybody with all that. But this is a whole lot of data about background stuff that I mean, I guess it's nice, but hey, look at that. Hold on, let's see something here. Huh. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of stuff on here that before they didn't give me a breakdown of how to really play. Like, this is, it's so non-specific. Like, I don't know. I guess I was kind of wrong. I was looking at this as just like a description of the cards, when in fact this is actually a how to play. But the fact that I couldn't tell what happens with the enemy, because that's what I was looking for with this right here. I was like, so what happens with the mob? How do you take it out? What do you do? And that doesn't seem to be something we talk about. So, it's already funded, so it doesn't need you. If you're into They Live, this is probably great for you, but this is a pass from me. Let's take a look at what's next. Still, though, I like those lenses, man. That's awesome. All right, so we got some solo. And bada boom. Let's see something here. Okay. So, Altar, Realms of the Gods. Card game for 2 to 5 players. Rebuild shrines. Discover. Okay, so... Wait, why did I have this in solo? Great Old Ones. Okay, here it is. Altar is a 1 to 5. Okay, see now... This is a problem. You say it's a card game for 2 to 5 players right at the top. And then here, you say it's 1 to 5. Like, okay, so you do have a solo mode. So that was just, somebody needs to get in there and alter that title. So it does have solo, so I'm interested. There's a single player. Okay, so this is competitive. So the solo has an AI component. Let's take a look at these things. All right, well, art is top notch. Like, wow. That is, holy cow. That is a lot of work. Man, that painter is good. You know, assuming it wasn't AI. During Saturday, choose the god or goddess who suits them best. They draw follower cards. Okay. Interesting. So who do we got here? Board game stories, learn to play. I don't know either of those. Okay. Alarm going off. Take advantage of actually playing first. Always begins first. The ancient god always begins first. It's an interesting game kind of play mechanic. Goddess of Death. Needs 2 of some resource to build a shrine. Probably means that it can do less. Can we get to a board? Oh, wow. Swamp Thing! Swamp Thing! Red Sonja. I don't have a joke. Let's see here. What is going on here? So, Great Old Ones expansion. So, we're already to expansions without a walkthrough. So, it's very card-based. Looks like it's like an area control or like maybe take over area to get victory points. I got nothing bad to say. It looks, yeah, art design. Look at this. Holy crap. That is a lot of love put into this. The team. Wow, but no art of These guys, just some black and white stills? Come on, man. Who's the artist? Okay, Elena Ignatenko. And we have an illustrator, a digital artist. Yeah, okay, we got 3. This content. Okay, so we got 3 different artists. That makes sense. And when it's shipping, risks and challenges. Okay, before I make a liar out of myself, I didn't feel like I saw anything that really explained how the game works. I mean, it shows you the components and talks about things, but there's no like showing what the interactions are, which is kind of a red flag in general. But it's getting funded, so hopefully they'll be able to hammer all that out before it's over. Oh man, look at that! All right, sorry, just distracted by. I just love the sumi strokes. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, so what's it cost? What are we looking at here? Whoa, what? It's only $28. So, oh, is this like a sort of a living card game style? No, there's only 2 levels. Wow. 1 to 5 players, $40 to get everything. Gorgeous art. I mean, I don't know how it plays, but I'm leaning heavily towards a big recommendation on that. If the gameplay mechanics are sound, obviously I have no idea, so I can't really make a recommendation. But this looks good. I promise next time I will read instructions of some of these. But I'm just giving you a rough idea of what I go through when I'm assessing. This is cool. I like that. Alter Realms of the Gods. I may have to save that one. All right. We got one more solo. And clickety. Okay. It's called Hard Level. Apparently this was a video game that they turned into a roll and write, which, and it's only a print and play. Like they're not going to ship you anything, which is why the goal is only 220. Because I mean, it's just a file, right? But this thing's it's gonna happen. How much is it? Let's see how much it costs. Hey, first created and you're already successful. Nice job. $6. That's it. $6. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So, yeah, it looks like, a really nice stylized side scroller, and then you got a character sheet. I gotta be honest, I can't. Whatever this game board is, I'm not seeing how you move. Like, how do you do you just ascend or descend stairs automatically? Are these the spaces that you move? Like, I'm guessing you have to progress from the right to the left here, because this looks like a boss. Okay, 3, 4, 6, 6. It's hard to say. Like, it feels like, I don't know why these numbers are here. I can't postulate that. I mean, it could be the total amount. My first thought was, with these numbers on these ropes, you would need to roll that to be able to, that or higher, I would guess, to make that jump. Oh, maybe that's what it is. You need to roll that or higher to jump across. That would make sense. So I guess you just ascend immediately, unless you fail a roll, I guess, maybe. This is a lot of improvement per... Okay, so this is level 1. Oh, so you fill up... Okay, so it's a full tier progression. I mean, okay. Well, if this says it's 1 episode and there might be a couple more, first episode contains 5 levels. Okay, so there we go. Sorry, right here. First episode contains 5 levels you can play. Each one we played separately. You can play them as a whole big adventure. I like this. And $6, except I would never print it out. I don't have a printer, and I wouldn't ship it out. So, but I would back it just to have backed it. I mean, it's $6. Come on, make the guy happy. The art's cool. It's got my big chunky outlines. Love it. And it's got that super cool well, not 16-bit. That's better than 16, but you know, it looks like a video game. And we got our little Funko Pop style heroes. Oh wait, okay, so the heroes have different, right? Barbarians got more health, or knights got more health, less magic. Reverse for the mage. There you go. Oh, hey, look at that. To make a successful jump, you have to roll at least a 6. Hey, I called it. To defeat an enemy, you have to roll at least 4 on 2. Huh. Interesting. It's a neat way to granularize the combat, because maybe there's obviously there will be people who have it takes a lot more, and I guess you could make somebody that takes less, you know, like a little rat minion or whatever. And these are experience points. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's a roll and write with meeples. Yeah, I guess that would make sense. You do want to move something around. Oh, come on, guys. Let's get this dude to his... I mean, oh, he's so close. To get a new character. Come on, the hunter. Oh. These are... I gotta say, these are pretty solid goals. You know, I like this. More new characters to play with. New levels. You can tell my neighbor has a dog. It also has a problem with staying down. I basically have to wash my coat every time I come in the house. Guys, hard level. Dude, that is a hard yes. It's great. $6. Straightforward. You get a couple extra levels in there. This thing is no brainer. Nice job, dude. All right, let's take a look. Okay, okay, I got a lot of competitive games this week. We obviously can't go through all of them, but okay, we're going to start with the one that I thought looked really cool, which is a little unfair because I'm trying to get some... The eventual goal of this is to try and draw some attention to lesser known creators, people that haven't made a bunch and aren't being successful. So I don't want to jump directly into some of the ones that I know are good. You know, I try to put those at the end so that if I don't quite get to them, no big deal because they're already making $1 million. All right, so Monster Mash Grand Prix. In general, I don't like... Okay, that's not true. I used to hate racing games, but then it turned out what I don't like are like racing games that are like modern day races, like Grand Prix or Flamme Rouge, you know, the bike racing game. I just don't like those things. I don't know why. It just... I know the mechanics are sound, but just the whole aesthetic and what you're doing just feels dull to me. But I have seen some really cool racing games that have kind of changed that narrative for me. I got one called Scrap Racer for my kid, which is really neat because you can arrange the board to make the different tracks. There's one that came out, I'm going to say, it was during the pandemic, like the beginning of the pandemic, and I missed the Kickstarter. But you basically controlled little miniature cars, and you had to input what you were going to make the car do. Everyone input at the same time, and that could cause crashes. And it was just a straight line with I think 4 lanes and obstacles and stuff, and it seemed really dull and simple till I watched it played. It was awesome, and I missed that Kickstarter. It was really cool. So I'm just saying, my mind is a little more open to racing games. But then when you say Monster Mash Grand Prix, and you put a pumpkin head on the top in full armor, I'm intrigued. All right, so they're asking for 15. They're at 3. Have they made anything else? They have made 3. What did they make? This and a relaunch of something was canceled, and both of those are canceled. So that's not... It's a red flag, typically. But again, I'm not going to bore you by going through these, but typically if I was by myself, I would go through each of these campaigns and see if they just like canceled it early and then oh man, it's this whole forensic investigation into these things when I do this. You go through I start at the FAQ, right, to see what kind of questions they thought they should answer, and then I go into the comments and see, what's going back and forth, and to see, what their explanation was for why they stopped it, and then I go to the relaunch and I look and see how different it is, and then there's always like an explanation somewhere, well, why we're relaunching and what problems we solved, blah blah blah. That usually gives me a good idea if I would get involved in Monster Mash, but I ain't gonna do that to you. So let's just go back to Monster Mash. Oh. All right, Brainwave Games. Let's take a look. All right, so we're leaning hard into the green slime color. So the kids are appealing. Purple and green. That's some Joker-ass colors there. 2 to 5 players, 14 plus 90 minutes. Okay, so what's the cost here? We are looking at $50 for a game. Oh, and the deluxe pledge is $80? That's it. Oh, wait, what? Oh, interesting. $109, and you can get a one-on-one tabletop session. That's an odd. I gotta tell you, particularly since there's no limit to this. Like typically there's a. Oh, you can't see it. No, it's not gonna. It won't let me scroll down far enough. Basically, this 149 pledge has a a limit on it, and so this is odd that they don't have a limit on a tier that is basically taking up the personal time of the people that made this, because this is a one-on-one tabletop simulator game session. I'm going to teach you how to play it. I mean, imagine if 1,000 people want, like if this was so amazing, how are you going to do that, right? Because it's 90 minutes to play, which means it's easily 2 hours to explain and play. So if 500 people jumped in this, 1,000 hours? You got 1,000 hours to hang out on Tabletop Simulator? That's not reasonable. To me, this is kind of indicative of people that bite off a little more than they can chew, or at least before they're thinking about it, which is kind of borne out by the fact that they canceled 2 projects, which is unfortunate. I didn't really come in here to throw shade at people, but I'm also here to kind of educate other potential Kickstarters, on things to look out for. So, unfortunately, Monster Mash is about to be a patient zero for everybody. Okay, so I'm already kind of on board with the idea. You got to build your monster. I'm just gonna give you, I'm assuming, abilities. So this is your lab, where, okay, so the head determines the person, and then, so what would this say? Cutthroat Carter, the Frenzied, and Spookifying. Okay, so like each part, it's like the name is the head, and then identifiers, adjectives after. That could be funny. You got a bank, which means things cost. The battery, which probably indicates it's probably how many of these, the quality of the cards that you can add. So that's a limiting factor. And then the freezer. Oh, okay, store them. Interesting idea. So I'm guessing then you draw more than you can use, and then you can bank some of it. Okay, so Midnight Mary, the Daring, and Show-Stopping. That's actually a cool design there. Little. Here, let me get rid of me. Right? I like what it's possible to create. All right, and then we got weapons, right? Because it's Road Rash meets Monster Mash. And okay, I like this. Look, we got a central board, which seems to be implying that those are like actual races that you would go to. Looks like maybe like locations for races, but then the race happens around the outside edge, but with obviously interchangeable cards. I mean, so far this is it's looking well designed. I like what's happening here. How to play? Okay, so who do we got? We got them. What's in the box? I'm not in love with. What? The art's pretty good, but I'm not in love with the logos here because I feel like they could have. I feel like it would have been better to lean into some, classic, campy horror from like the 50s. The Creature from the Blue Lagoon. Raggedy letters, that kind of stuff. But I'm just nitpicking there. I'll shut up. There is quite a bit of stuff. I mean, that's a decent amount. And hey, we're not inflicting miniatures on us, so they're smart about that. Oh, spoke too soon. But so that's the next tier up where you get metal coins, wooden chargers, and racer minis. I gotta tell you, I don't personally feel that those items are worth $30. Um, Again, not to throw shade, but I could probably get something cheaper off of Etsy that works just as well. It may not be specific, but again, I don't need minis ever. And now, what is so special about this 109? Oh, this is here you go, plus tabletop sim session with the creator of the game, right? And the 149, what in the heck? Oh, and you get a portrait. I always find this very strange when they like sell their own art through the Kickstarter. It's always weird to me. Okay, so wooden meeples, happy meeples, boarding school with Brandy, and board or bust have all reviewed it. I'm not familiar with any of those. Okay, they went goofy with the about us. That's cool. So final verdict. If I were to take a look, wait, is it even available? Is there a rule book? Yes. No, that's video instructions. I would be happier if there was an example of the rule book, but there is a video instruction, so that's fine. I would watch that, and this would hinge on that. If it seemed like it was sound, I would toss a recommend on that. I mean, $50 is, it's not cheap, but it looks like it's got a lot of longevity to it. Because, you're going to have multiple different kinds of courses, right? That's going to change all the time. And then every time you go into race, you're going to have a wildly different, well, at least moderately different racer. And I'm assuming you can get different weapons and then you can upgrade and so forth. So, replayability seems high. Yeah. I would need to see the gameplay, though. That is a major. Alright. Where are we going here? We're going to try. Okay. Dice game. Hey, no. Come on. Milkman. A legendary dairy. Oh. Dice and delivery game. Use dice to process and deliver milk to thirsty customers in 1950s America. How many children can you be the father of as the milkman? That was off color. All right. Dice hate me game. Okay, well, first of all, angry that I didn't come up with that name first. Literally just said. Well, I didn't say it like that, I don't think. But anyway, 21 created. But, a little stingy. Can we see what they backed? What they back? Better not be their own games. Oh, it's private. Can't find out. Oh well. All right, let's see what they created. 21. Okay, I'm familiar with this. I wrote an article about this game. Uh, it was very interesting. That looked cool to me. Um, Legends of Sleepy Hollow, bottom of the ninth Clubhouse expansion. Great jokes. Club Zen, Monster Truck. There is absolutely no rhyme or reason. Monster Truck, Unpub, Deck Building, bottom of the ninth. Okay, so that's where it started. New Bedford, Compounded. Seriously, like, I don't. Okay, so they bounce around thematically. That's cool. Unexpected, but cool. Wait, 21 created by. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of 21 didn't make it. That's okay. And I'm okay with a game about whaling not making it. I can live with that. But the monster truck. Oh wow, the monster truck they tried twice and didn't get it. Huh. And then Zen. I don't know what's going on there. That one didn't make it. Well, anyway, they know how to make a game. We can be certain. And again, funding canceled doesn't mean they didn't deliver. It means they didn't get the support, which is odd though that they were so late. Like they were much further down their list. Like they should have had a fan base. So something did not strike a chord about those games. All right, so I'm here because this is about dice rolling, and like I said, I'm not a big fan of dice because they rarely work out for me. But I do like roll and writes, and I think that's what this was. So you got to deliver. Each round, all players roll a certain number of custom dice with all the actions available to do. Okay, so it's sort of like a roll. Well, not really a roll and write, but more like a roll and function where I'm sure like a certain number on the die lets you do a certain thing and everybody picks. Anyway, moving on. I like the aesthetic. I like that it's like we're like in a forested Montana town or something out in the deep Dairyland or something. That's kind of cool. I'm assuming that these are the houses that you have to deliver, and that. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Houses you have to deliver, and this is what they require. I'm guessing this means random, and this is like, full cream, and then the blue's 2%. Blue's 2% where I'm from. What's in the box? Okay, 4 boards that must be player boards. Okay, red is whole milk, blue is skim milk. I was close. Oh, it's chocolate milk. All right, that's cool. And we got a bunch of Gateway 2000 themed dice. Nice. Lots of little tokens. I love a tiny dollar bill token. Don't know why. Love them. Can't explain it. Okay, milk truck cards. Okay, so you can only carry so much. These are all the same. I wonder if there's. Oh no, it's only 4. So so everybody has the same truck. That's unfortunate. It would have been cool if you could upgrade. Yep. So these are the customers. 34 customers. So I guess you draw some cards. The long journey. Okay, we're getting. This is happening more and more with the story time at the end of these Kickstarters. I'll be honest with you, I don't care. I'm sure it's nice. Save it for your webpage. Okay, here's a promo version. Oh, they took it to Unpub 2023 and they played it. Okay, that's great. So, and there's the team. Okay, he's fun. He's reserved. Clearly the leader of the group. was the leader of the group. Oh, look at this. Is this bundle play? Okay, so let's take a look at it. $30. You get one full copy with all stretch goals. 30 what? 35? You get one copy of Milkman all and one copy of Microbrewers. That is must be a very small expansion. Wait, that Microbrewers can't be for this. That must be for. Oh yeah, it's for homebrewers. There you go. Milk Stout. Nice. That's okay. Pledge naming his game is on point. $60 more, you get Milkman, Homebrewer, and Microbrewer. So, if you backed Homebrewers but you didn't pick up that, here's your chance. February of 2024. That's a pretty good turnaround. 70 Cappuccino Milkman. Okay, so this is where I start to get annoyed. All the pledge levels. It's okay though. It's not as bad as it could be. It's not Marvel United. Excuse me. About shipping. Okay. I'm clearly very dense today because I'm like certain that they didn't show me how to play this game. Yeah, they didn't. It's a video, but they do have a rule book, and that's a clincher for me. Gotta say though, if I'm guessing, I'll be honest with you, I got nothing here. What the heck? Okay, so dairy farm upgrade. So you have to produce the milk, and then you gotta deliver it. So I'm guessing that the route can change each turn, and I wonder if you can be hosed by your card selection, like someone wants chocolate milk and you didn't produce that. And so these dice, though, I mean, farm hands, broken bottle, don't like that. We got two different cows, so like do the black cows and the white cows produce different kinds of milk? I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I can't even speculate on how these dice function with this game. Nothing's popping into my head, but cost is reasonable for the game. $30, that's great. I like the art. The design seems straightforward. It's got, it's a worker placement, random goal, victory point kind of situation. This looks cool. And this reminds me very much of it's one of my favorite games, Welcome To. It's very much got that style, but then Welcome To is supposed to kind of be set in, suburban 50s, so I guess that works. But yeah, I really like this. This is a great design, and all of the art is I don't know, up, I guess is what I would say. It feels, it's not dreary. This is cool. Milkman. Do it. Oh, they're not there yet. They're so close. Get in there, people. All right. I have time for one more. All right, we're going to go into I'm going to do a top tier one. Which one I want to do? Okay. This person does not need any of my help or my recommendation. They're not really my target here. As I said, my purpose here is to hopefully eventually draw attention to people who need a little more love on Kickstarter. Paperback by Tim Fowers probably needs no introduction. This is the man that made Burgle Brothers, which I missed the first one. I backed the second one and then thought that I had added on the first one, and so I was waiting for that extra box to arrive for like months, and then finally I went on to Kickstarter and I was like, oh, I never bought it. That was disappointing, and you can't buy the original Burgle Brothers right now. But now here's the thing, when people make it so this is paperback, right? This is the 10th anniversary. They're bringing it back. And then his new game, Typewriter, So there's a chance that an add-on level might be the original Burgle Brothers. So, as we can see, the man needs no help, right? He's doing just fine making his goal. 1,700 people. I don't know who it was that said that, but they said if you can get 1,000 people to be willing to pay you for something that you do, you'll never go hungry. And Tim Fowers is here to prove it. Yeah, Vassal, love paper. I mean, paperback. I don't own paperback, the physical game. I do have it, the app, and it's great. I'm sure it's a lot more fun against people, but conceptually, freaking great game. Now, I'm liking typewriter just because they look like typewriter keys. Paperback. Ooh, 10th anniversary deluxe. Look at that. We got double layer boards. Oh, what is that lovely thing that goes in there? What are they? Oh, they're little metal books. Oh, sorry, you can't see it. Little metal book stacks. Look at that. Oh, I'm in love. I'm in love with that. I love it. I love this new design. Whew. Okay, what do we got here? I feel like if I look at the pledges, it'll give away if the Burgle Brothers is back. So let's just scroll down. This is gonna reveal it anyway. So 32 you get the original. 29 you get the new. 68 you get the metal token one. 57 for both. See, this is where shit gets weird. 57 for these two. 92 for this version. I mean, I guess that's really... I mean, I'm sorry. That was a stupid on my part. This is just that. This paperback is just a better version of this. So really, that makes total sense. I'm stupid. Art reveals. What is this? Oh, they're just... Oh, no, wait. Oh, these will be like the books. Yeah, so that's one of the cool things about paperback. And I don't know if typewriter does it, but in paperback, you're eventually trying to earn enough points with the letters. The letters like earn you money, and then you. So if you make a word, you get a couple cents because everything's in cents. And then if you get enough of them, you can buy one. Sorry, I'm not showing you. So you make words. You're building a deck of letters. You make a word. The longer the word, the more money you make, because you like 5, 4. No, here it is, 7 cents. So this is 3 cents, 7 cents, 10 cents. So that's what you earn. So you add up the total of the word, and then you buy the books, and the books give you victory points, which are the little right there in the corner, right? And so these are the books, and this is one of the best parts of this game, is that you're like you're typing these paperback pulp novels. And I mean, just look at this. They're great. See, this, God, I'm shaking everything. I'm so sorry. This right here, that is the kind of style that the courses should have had on Monster Mash. Look at that, right? Look at that. That's it. Yeah, see? You see. Anyway, stretch bonus. 200 paperback for 200,000. Paperback Volume 2 will be made free on the App Store. Oh. Well, I might want to check back on that. So obviously I don't need to learn how to play paperback, but I don't know. So wait, is this genre? So this is what's new with paperback. Yeah, this is different. I don't know what's going on there. Trash any two. So yeah, whatever this thing is with the books. So it says empty cue placed here after using the letter. Oh, so you can only use it twice. Is that what it is? Or you use it to unlock this ability? I don't know, but I'm loving this so far. Big recommendation. Oh, look at those. Look at those. See? Costs 11 cents, and you can buy that book. 8 cents, you get 7 points. Okay. Solo mode prototype. Play it on tabletop, deluxe. I'm waiting. Come on. Don't do me dirty, Tim. Come on, Tim. Where's the add-ons? Add-ons. Here we go. Add-ons. Where is it? Oh! No Burgle Brothers for you. It's not even. No. Ah, Tim. All right. Yeah. So, I'm going to wrap this up. Frankly, I'm amazed that the camera lasted because I've been having overheating issues. But, frankly, I didn't even get through half of these things. I may need to tighten this all up, my approach here. But, definitely know that I was on board with the, well, let's put them up. The second of, let me get my fat head out of the way. So the second one, To Glory, I was down with. Doesn't really need us, but it looks fun for kids. They Live, no, A Tale of Bravery, they could use some love, and honestly, the art style is good. It's just not my preference, and it's just the setting is not my preference. But if you love reading novels in your games, and I mean some people do, man. I don't even read the story in Arkham Horror. I mean that's how little I care. Seriously, I'm not there to read. I know what happens. There's a monster, tries to make you crazy. Stop it. All that flavor text means nothing to me. Can you tell that I started my gaming life in video games? Yeah, I don't really. It's just detritus for me. But this, I like I do think that this could be a huge game. It's got that kind of Gloomhaven-esque approach here, where they're trying to make a ton of story content. So if that's your thing, this is the way to go. And it's got a solo mode, which I don't know how it's going to work, but if it does, that's pretty cool. Did I bring that one up? I didn't even bring that one up. Wow. See, this is what happens. I will also post the links to these in the description, obviously. And then Monster Mash, like the pedigree of the maker is, they're trying. Again, it's not that they failed to deliver. They just failed to drum up enough people. That's not a big deal. This seems cool, man. Look at that. You got the Monster Dome with all the different racing circuits, and then you build the racing circuit around the outside. You got to build your racer, This looks fun. And they're not burying you in meeples and crap, and they got weapons. Yeah. Which you couldn't see as I was gesturing during this, which made no sense, but this looks cool. All the other stuff, but I love the modular nature and the fact that it's going to be different every time you do it. That looks really cool. And the art's fun. They just right here. They were like an inch away from making me super happy. Oh well. All right. I'm going to wrap this up now because I actually have things to do. Thanks for watching this after I went live because nobody knows that I'm here. But I'm going to make sure this stays up. And if anybody wants to check out these games, I will post the links a little later today of everything that I looked at. And I will categorize the recommends versus I'm not going to be like that. I'll just be like, here's the ones that should have some love, and then just everything else. Because I do not want to single people out like that. That's not what we're here to do in the board game community. Right? We want success, because everyone's success means there's more board games for everyone. So, alright guys. Wait, I should This is what I'm supposed to do, right? Bring it all in big so you can see just how large my head is. Yeah, back some stuff on Kickstarter, guys. Just pick one. Twice a year, right? Just do something. Give some people some love, and these people are. This is their dream. They're desperate to make a game and get it out in front of people. I mean, I can't even imagine how happy these people would be to see any of us playing their games. So, so back it, and then when it finally arrives, take a picture. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Or maybe I'll never leave, because I don't know how to